traditional arm screw where the palm immediately goes to the wrist and the fingers can barely touch or cannot touch at all. Ideally, if I had that half second of prep as I'm falling, I'd rather kind of put the hand edge out a little bit like a ready hand in Aikido, a live hand, and I want to see that I can screw it from there. If you're afraid of hurting the hand, people bring the hand up and then everything goes to the elbow. So you'll see people touching the hand first and then spiking the elbow, which is good if I had a palm on a head and I wanted to hit it. It's not so good if I do it to the plant. We try to add the elbow so that we're sharing it over a larger area of distribution. And so that I see it goes from small surface to larger surface. And then I hide the tip of the elbow, so instead of staying right on the edge of the ulna, as quickly as possible, I rotate off onto the back of the forearm, or better yet, I never arrive on the ulna at all, and I, just like I protect my fingers with my wrist, I now protect the tip of my elbow with the outside of my forearm. And this naturally requires me to share the load on the upper arm. Person number one is going to put quite nice soft hands cupping the shoulders. That's it. Person number two is going to go kind of into a spider position. I have my heels are up and I'm elastic, I'm on the arch. I want to have my tailbone engage, my ribs in. So now, if you do the same, David, and you get weight, you get push off the balls of your feet, I want to feel when he's stacked on me versus when he's not. So the first thing I do is I feel the alignment of my wrists. Load will change because when you defer load, yes, you escape some of it, but you also transfer some of it, increased amounts to other parts of your body. And if I'm trying to escape David's force, there's a level of escape here, but there's more that's going to be put on my hip. That's it. And then gradually put more and more stress. I can do one hand. I try to see how much load I can take on the body. But if you're familiar, they heard you here. Quick. If it's familiar, that just means you can go crazy hard. I want to share it on the wholeness of my forearm. And after that, après le vis, c'est l'épaule, right? Then it's shoulder. When I get to the shoulder, I don't want to be on the points. I want to be soft. So I literally, I'm rolling around. If somebody's here, the tendency is to do this and push off, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to reverse engineer it. David's going to put the pads on you. He's going to push like this. So I'm in this position here. Most people do this. They brace, they bench press off. But if it's not enough, or if he increases the power, and this fails, you're going to bite it with what? Your face, right? So as soon as look how soft this is. As soon as I load and I begin to unscrew, I start to deviate the pressure. C'est une déflexion immédiatement. It's already a deflection. And if it fails, if I load and I go to unscrew and he pushes me more, I go back to the loaded position. And this is more defensive than this. This is head impact, body impact. Whereas this, the more pressure there is, the more I try to get into a shield first. So now if I go to unscrew, and it's not enough, and halfway through he adapts and slams me in, I want to return to this. So with a weapon, it's even more important because now we don't want to have the tendency to always relinquish our weapon when we go to the floor and open our hand and risk dropping it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go immediately to my wrist bone, avoid stacking my body on top of the wrist. I have to screw immediately so that I'm in a comfortable position, and to come back up, it's the same. So I'm just practicing screwing down from any position. I could go to my empty side, my full side. So this way.